Welcome, my dear learners. Welcome to the world of exploration. Welcome to the world of learning. Today, we are going to discuss some of the concepts in We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. The learning objectives are as follows: you'll be able to understand, interpret, and evaluate the setting, plot, and the characters of the story. You'll be able to extract relevant information, identify and appreciate the themes of the story: personal courage, family bond, optimism, determination, and strong willpower, which raises one's spirits and helps one to overcome all forms of stressful situations. You'll be able to take inspiration from the story and learn that one's family is one's biggest asset. We will be having a look at the introduction. Then we will proceed and we will see about the authors. Then we will have a look at the summary and analysis summarization part. Then we will be moving on to the character sketches, then to the themes, and then to the message. What message does it convey? Now, spending time in the natural environment enhances personal and social communication skills. It also enhances spiritual, sensory, and aesthetic awareness. We are all aware about that, aren't we? Right? We are. We surely are aware about that. So, through adventure, one can develop self esteem, extend one's personal horizons through greater appreciation and understanding of the world and its people. The skills of problem solving and teamwork can be cultivated. About the author. The authors of this story are Gordon Cook and Alan East. Gordon Cook is a two-time Canadian Olympic sailor. He sails for the Royal Canadian Yacht Club. He is the son of Stephen Cook and Linda Cook. Cook is a graduate of engineering physics program at Queen's University. In 2009, Cook partnered up with West Vancouver sailor Hunter Loudon, and the two campaigned together for 2012 Olympic Games. In the story, the narrator and his family plan to set sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Traditionally, the captain of the ship must go down and attempt only to save the passengers. But here, what do we see? We see other traits in the narrator which make him a very good captain. This is a story of human endurance, selflessness, and courage in the face of adversity. The beginning of the voyage, celebrating Christmas and New Year. In the middle of the sea, a catastrophic attack of a giant wave. Their fight for survival, in spite of multiple injuries suffered by the narrator and Suzanne, their desperation to reach the land and the ultimate victory are portrayed in the story very graphically and efficiently. Then we move on to the summary and analysis, that is, summarizing. We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together is a first person account of the narrator, who, along with his family, sets sail on a round the world voyage in a boat named the Wave Walker in July. The family comprises of the narrator aged 37, his wife Mary, a 6-year-old son Jonathan, and his daughter Suzanne, aged 7. Wave Walker is a professionally built 23-meter, 30-ton wooden hulled beauty. The narrator and his wife spend months fitting it out and testing the boat in the roughest weather. They begin sailing from Plymouth, England, accompanied by a crewman, Larry Vigil, and Herb Segler, to tackle any sort of rough sea in the southern Indian Ocean. They confront the first hindrance on the 2nd of January. A gigantic wave in the shape of the dark sky approaches them, and a sudden explosion hits the deck. Then, what do we get to see? We get to see that the narrator feels completely helpless and has a sinking feeling. Unexpectedly, water breaks over the ship, and the narrator is hit by a thick sheet of water, hitting him like a cannon. His left ribs crack, and his mouth is filled with blood and broken teeth. The deck is smashed and the boat starts to sink. Larry and Herb pumped like madmen. With panic, he struggles through his children's cabin and learns of Sue's bump above her eyes. This does not disturb him much, as his chief concern is to save the wave walker by covering the holes. He needs a hand pump to drain the water since it has got stuck in the debris. He looks for another one and is finally successful. He tries to transmit mayday calls, but all in vain. However, on the morning of the 3rd January, the water level is under control. A chart is consulted to trace an island named Isle Amsterdam. Corned beef and cracked biscuits is the only meal they take in almost 2 days, that is on Jan 4th. Weather continues to deteriorate throughout the night, and by dawn on Jan 5th, the situation is grim. In such a grim situation, Jonathan encourages his father by saying that he is not afraid to die. Stu also brings an inspirational card for her parents. He regains his lost spirit and endeavors to trace out an island through. Though he has lost his compass, he makes a wild guess to move 185 degrees. To his great surprise, very soon, Isle Amsterdam, a volcanic rock with little vegetation, is seen right before them. Next morning, 28 local inhabitants help them ashore. A ray of hope again rises in his heart. Then we are going to discuss the character sketch. Gordon, the narrator. Gordon Cook is the narrator of the story. He was 37 years old. The narrator, Gordon Cook, the narrator of the story, was 37 years old when he started off on a world voyage with his wife and his 2 kids. His adventurous spirit is commendable. He was a lover of thrill and adventure. Going on a voyage was his childhood dream. He worked diligently for the trip with great care and attention. He adopted a practical approach, and he remained alert and strong-willed. His family stood together against all odds. His rational thinking, ability to prioritize, and to recall important information during stress is also laudable. He comes across as a true fighter in the instances of waterproofing the ship and repairing the boat wherever required. He shows a strong presence of mind in recalling the backup of electric pump. He is optimistic in all his approach and overcomes the hurdles very bravely and successfully. He is also an expert in finding directions. Despite a faulty compass, the author did not lose hope. He used his intelligence to estimate the influence of the westerly currents which flowed through that part of the ocean. He asked Larry to steer a course of 185 degrees and remained optimistic about spotting the island at about 5 p.m. The positive outlook of the children infused positivity in the narrator as well. Then we go on to Mary. Mary is shown as a very strong woman in the story, a mother of 2 kids, Jonathan and Suzanne. She too is a lover of adventure and exploration like her husband, Gordon Cook. At the time of their voyage, giant waves hit Wave Walker. The boat was almost capsizing. Cook did not lose hope and tried all means to stop water from entering into the boat. Mary screamed, "We're sinking!" She was brave to hold the wheel until the storm ended. Meanwhile, Larry and Herb were pumping out the water from the boat. They all survived after 15 hours of struggle in the sea. They did not lose hope to get rid of the danger due to the undaunted spirit to overcome the difficult situation. The courage of their children gave them strength to fight against the waves. Mary could beat death through her strong willpower and presence of mind. Jonathan and Suzanne. The children, Jonathan aged 6 and Suzanne aged 7, show amazing maturity and resilience in the face of disaster. Despite being young children, they remain strong and composed. The moral support given by them to their parents is admirable. Despite serious injuries, both the children show courage and patience. Sue had a hump on her head. Suzanne was brave enough to write a card. She did not reveal her agony caused due to several injuries. Later, she had to undergo 6 minor surgeries to remove a recurring blood clot between her skin and skull. Jonathan said that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. The fighting spirit and optimism shown by them gives amazing strength to the narrator. The undaunted efforts helped them to survive the disaster. Personal courage, family bonding, a strong sense of resolution, human ability to rise to the occasion and to do the impossible and unthinkable are clearly the themes that emerge from the story. This is a first-person account of an adventurous ordeal that a family experiences. One can clearly see extreme courage, determination to withstand pain or agony, and the skill exhibited by a family of 4. Along with the adults, the 2 children too are worth mentioning as they showed exemplary courage and care for their parents when they almost faced death. Fear factors are associated with death. The idea of losing one's life can throw even the mightiest out of gear. Hence, natural calamities like earthquake, tsunamis, and floods strike us with fear. These are the things that cause immeasurable loss of life and property. The story shows the extent of human resilience and reminds us of the age-old struggle of man against the elements. The story conveys the message that with courage and determination to fight, one can get through difficult situations and come out victorious. Man looks puny against mighty waves of the sea, but the same man can ride those waves to glory. A man derives his strength from his family and this comes out very clearly in the story. The narrator and his family were struck in the middle of the sea during their voyage. The undaunted spirit of the narrator, his strong and supportive wife, their brave and intelligent kids all show great courage in facing the strong waves. They stay united and help each other morally and physically to overcome all the obstacles. The family and crew show unconditional team spirit at the time of adversity. Their efforts prove that unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved, which is absolutely true. So please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that we stand united, and because we stand united, we can achieve anything. Alright, so please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and if you have any queries, you can put your queries in the comment section below. Thank you. Keep learning, keep growing.